So the word on the street is that remote viewing allows you to see through space and time, but can a complete noob like me do it? So let's find out. Hi, I'm Bingers, and I'm diving into the mysterious and super cool world of remote viewing. I'm a complete beginner at this, but over the last week or so, I've been fascinated by it. I've just kind of dived into that YouTube rabbit hole, watching loads and loads of different channels and videos on the subject. I did originally come across this subject about 20 years ago, a guy called Major Ed Dames, and I got hold of his training, and I went through it. I can't remember, it's a long time ago, but I went through it maybe once and maybe did like a couple of sketches, a couple of the workbooks, and then just kind of put it aside and never really thought much of it again. But just recently I came across Farsight, and yeah, that completely blew me away, really, watching their videos and seeing how accurate they were, and how consistent they were as well. So if you haven't seen it, they have a team. I think there's about 5 remote viewers that they have on there mainly, and they give them a target, and the target is blind, so they have no idea what it is. They all go away and do their kind of process on that target, and then they display it afterwards, go through everything that they found, and then at the very end of it, they're shown what the target was. And honestly, sometimes they seem a little bit disappointed, but I'm blown away every time. I mean, it's just incredible. And I think one of the reasons I gave up on it previously was I never realized sort of how accurate the information could be coming back. I thought it was maybe just all very vague details that you couldn't really do much with. But yeah, I was totally wrong. And seeing the level of skill that they have, well, at least now anyway, it's really sparked my interest. So I've decided to dive right back into it, and I'm really enjoying it. So if you don't know what remote viewing is, basically it's kind of the ability to perceive an object, person, place, or thing in any time, so past, present, or future. And you do this completely blind, so you have no idea what the target is. So you can't choose to remote view something yourself. It needs to be assigned to you, or for the sake of training, you can find targets online, and then you can remote view the target and then go back to it, and it will show you what the target was, so you can check your work. But yeah, so you're completely blind to it, and then you go through this process, usually on pen and paper, and all you're doing is you're asking very, very simple, low-level questions about: is it a structure? Is it a person? Is it solid? Is it does it feel hard, soft, wet? That kind of thing. And you just keep probing over and over and over again and getting these very low level details. And then you do this so much that at the end you build up a picture of what that could be. And yeah, just depending on how much information you gather on it, then it can build up a very detailed picture. I mean, you just go and watch some of the other channels of these sort of professional viewers, just to see for yourself. It's really astonishing. So yeah, I've got right back into it. I'm really interested. So I actually started doing a tutorial, which was on a channel I found called Technical Intuition, and I'll show you this is like the first, I call it my first time, because the last time was like 20 years ago, and I'm not even sure if I really tried to do it or what. But yeah, I had a go at the tutorial lesson on his channel, and I'll show you. I thought it was quite interesting. It's you might think otherwise, but for me, I just thought I thought my result was kind of interesting. So I'll show you that. Yeah, so basically some of the good channels that I've been watching, which I recommend other people to take a look at if you're interested, is Farsight, which is run by a guy called Courtney. There's another channel called RemoteViewed with a guy called Daz Smith. There's the Technical Intuition channel, which is a guy called Stuart. I've not really seen any of his stuff. His channel is pretty sparse. I think it basically just has a few tutorial videos on it, and that's about it. But certainly the other guys are really good, and they've got loads of examples of the work that they've done, so they're worth checking out. And there's also Future Forecasting Group as well, a guy called Allgire. And actually a lot of these guys, they work together sometimes. You see them all coming together on some videos, remote viewing the same subject or the same target. So yeah, I'll show you what I came up with anyway. And maybe you'll think it's interesting, maybe not, but let me just show you. Okay, so I did this on my phone using the pen. I actually didn't have a pen and paper anywhere, so I did it on my phone. I've got a pen and paper now, but I didn't at the time. So I did it on my phone, which is not ideal because it's super cramped, not the best experience, but yeah, you can see this 86524892 is the target number. It's just a random number that you're given to represent the target. And then you do like a squiggle, it's called an ideogram. And this is kind of like locks you in to the target. And on here, you can just see where I'm saying very low level descriptions of things that I was picking up. And basically you just kind of, you probe the squiggle that you've made, the ideogram with your pen, and you just ask like a question of what does it smell like, was it color, what is the color like, etc. With this particular tutorial I was doing anyway. It's a bit different for the Farsight tutorial, which I've just started doing. And then if you come up with a high level idea, like a tree or a car or something like that, you're supposed to mark it off to the side to ignore it, because then that's most likely your conscious mind kind of butting in and trying to give an example of what your imagination taking over, basically, which is not what you want. You want it to be coming from sort of more the subconscious. And you can see here my first initial AOL is analytical overlay, which is basically to be discarded. It's, because it's too high level, you just want these low level details, was a tree. And if you look at some of the sensations I was getting from here, dry, rough, green, salty, rushing motion. I can't read my own writing properly there, but I think it says feeling sleepy. I'm not sure, something like that. This is only a very short version of what a remote viewing session would be. Normally it's many, many pages long, and there's many different strategies that you use for picking out particular details. But this is a very quick, short tutorial, basically. But I'll show you the image. So this is the image that I was remote viewing. And this is from this guy's video, Technical Intuition. So this is the tutorial I was following. But yeah, basically, move myself out the way. It was this image, and the kind of the main image, I think anyway, is the tree. And then you have like the water, the other trees. So not great, but I thought it was an interesting start anyway, and it was enough to pique my curiosity to dive into it a bit further. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I've subscribed to Farsight Prime, and they've got loads of really good tutorial videos and information on there. So now I'm going through their procedure, which is a lot more in depth, a lot longer, and a lot more detailed, and there's certainly a lot more to learn to do that as well. So, but it's really interesting, and those guys, you can tell, are really good. So that's what I'm playing with now. So basically what I plan to do next is I'm going to do another example, and it's going to be following what I've learned after doing, it's called SRV, the SRV tutorials basically, and I'll show you, and we can see how that comes out, if it's any better. But this series of videos is just going to be about me and my journey into remote viewing. And yeah, I'm just going to dive in and see if I can do it. If I can get any better at it, maybe not. It'd be fun to find out. And yeah, it'd be cool to have you along for the ride. So I'm also going to, at the end of each video, I'm going to allocate a target to you. So the target coordinates for you today, make a note of this, have a go. If you don't know what to do, I'll leave some links to some of the tutorials down in the description. Yeah, have a go at the target that I've set. Once you've had a go, drop a comment down in the comment section with what you come up with, and then I'll go over it in my next video. And it'll be interesting to see what some of your results are and how close you get. So the coordinates I will set this time, bear with me 1 second. Your coordinates are 7756 6623, and I'll read that again. 7756 6623. So have a go at that and put what you think the target is in the comments, and then I'll reveal in the next video. And yeah, let's see how we can do. Anyway, that's it for today. But if you like this and you want to join me on this journey, then please leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, tell me about your experiences down in the comments as well. I'd love to read them. So all the best. Ciao for now.